A federal judge in Chicago has temporarily blocked the Trump administration's plan to deploy National Guard troops to the city and the state of Illinois, marking a significant legal development. The decision, issued by U.S. District Judge April Perry, follows a legal challenge by the state of Illinois, which raised concerns over the federal government's authority to send National Guard units to urban areas without local consent. The judge's ruling issues a 2-week injunction, halting the deployment as the legal proceedings continue. This move came after a hearing where concerns were raised about the potential escalation of tensions and the adequacy of planning for such a significant military presence in Chicago, which has been a focal point for protests and civil unrest in recent months. The deployment had been ordered by the Trump administration, citing rising crime rates and concerns about security in Chicago. The plan was intended to bolster law enforcement efforts to control crime and maintain order in the face of growing unrest. However, critics of the administration's approach argued that the deployment could lead to the unnecessary militarization of the city and further strain the relationship between law enforcement and local communities. The National Guard's presence in urban areas, particularly in communities already grappling with systemic issues, has long been a contentious subject, with many seeing it as an overreach by the federal government. The ruling from Judge Perry touches on a broader constitutional issue regarding the balance of power between the federal government and state authorities. Under the U.S. Constitution, states have the right to manage their own affairs, including law enforcement. When the federal government seeks to deploy military forces without state consent, it raises questions about the limits of federal power and the protection of state sovereignty. Illinois, under Governor J.B. Pritzker, has made it clear that it does not believe the National Guard should be sent without the state's approval. This case could set a precedent for how federal power is exercised in matters of public safety and national security. As tensions between federal and state authorities grow, especially in the context of crime control and law enforcement strategies, this ruling could influence similar situations in other states. The decision may prompt other state leaders to challenge federal orders when they believe such actions overstep constitutional boundaries. As the legal proceedings unfold, the implications of this case will be closely watched, as it could reshape the relationship between state and federal governments in the future. The 2-week injunction is only a temporary measure, and a follow-up hearing is scheduled to take place soon. During this time, both legal teams will continue to present their arguments, and the judge will have to decide whether to extend the block, lift it, or issue a more permanent ruling. This decision is being watched, not only for its immediate impact on Chicago, but also for its potential to influence national discussions on the proper role of federal powers in maintaining domestic security. As of now, the future of the National Guard deployment remains uncertain, and all eyes are on the next legal steps in this high-profile case.